Just packed up and left Camel Lake camp. That was a great place to rest for the night. They had a spigot there, they had a pit toilet, all the basics that you need were up and moving. The trail actually goes right through that camp, so it's a pretty ideal stop, especially after the Bradwell Bay section where you can rinse out the mud from your shoes. So took full advantage of that. Got a big mileage day today, I think. We're gonna shoot for Camel Lake. Got a little footbridge activity over the pitch black swamp. This is creepy. That is dark. I thought we are crossing this Highway 13. Why do I see a random truck over there? Well, that was creepy. There's a random truck just chilling on this road behind me. He turned on his lights and then turned them off. So I was just back there and I thought I was gonna have to walk into this puddle along the forest road. Then I noticed this trail leads you to like a little, log that you can cross. What is up with all these trucks here? So I actually just talked to that guy in the truck. They're hunting. There's a bunch of hunters out here apparently. This is a little unnerving. Over the big old black ditch of a swamp right here. Made it to Forest Road 142. And we continue along here. Okay, that was a short road walk. Then we go right back in. Don't know what this is. Got a nice little beam to cross. There's Indian Creek Camp. Okay, we're coming out the country road 67, crossing over Indian Creek. And we cross back in over here. So we got a blow down here, kind of blocking our way. We might be able to kind of see if I can get around this. This looks like a pain in the ass to go through. Coming out onto Forest Road 126. The trail continues this way, but I saw a report that it's a little damp back there, so I'm just gonna follow this road up to Forest Road 107. I'm done with the mud. Looks like someone had the same idea as me. I see some footprints walking this way as well. Just after being in the mud and water all day yesterday, I'm just like, any chance I get to kind of go around it, I will. Look at this high and dry, beautiful forest road. Got mud, swamp to the right and left of me. Sometimes with these forest roads though, you gotta be careful because like you saw this morning, it can dip down and water can accumulate there. So see, this is the chance you take. Sometimes, like I was saying, you get these big old puddles in the road, but I think we can skirt along the side here without any major issues. I've actually seen quite a few fresh footprints walking this road. I think hikers, they get through Bradwell Bay and they're just like, screw it, I'm not going through anymore. Taking a left onto Forest Road 107. That worked out great. Just a 5-minute detour, we're back on trail. So this is where the trail turns off of Forest Road 107. But again, I'm gonna take another high water alternate because from the comments I read, there is a swamp there that's about ankle to knee deep. This is great that they have these forest roads kind of circumnavigating the swampy sections in case you do want to bail out. Taking a left off of Forest Road 107 and going down 175 to get back on trail. Haven't had my coffee or food yet, but we'll get to that shortly. But if you follow 107, you can actually take that all the way down to where it reconnects with the trail and kind of bypass all the swampiness if you want, if you're tired of wet feet and mud. All right, here we go. Back into the swamp. But before we continue on, we're gonna make a pit stop here at the sapling vent campsite, get some coffee going and eat some food because I am starving. And I'm gonna need energy before I hit this next swampy section. But this looks like a pretty nice site. You could fit a couple tents here. Okay, so slight change of plans. You can see I'm back on the forest road. So I was looking at comments and they're saying that up ahead, as you continue further into the swamp, it gets pretty bad, like up to your crotch, waist level in some spots. I mean, I've already had that experience. I'm fine with missing that, especially with this recent rain a couple days ago. I'm sure it'll probably be pretty gnarly again, so I'm just gonna take the high alternate route to reconnect with the trail back up this way, back north, I think about 7 miles. Don't care. I did the hardest part yesterday, so I'm good with that. And plus, I'm still a little bit behind on mileage. You know, I need to hit certain destinations at certain points here. I think this will help me, at least time-wise, to get where I need to be today. Never thought how happy I'd be walking the road again. I figured this might be a good time to, you know, at least give a guide or help navigate others that want to avoid the swamp in this section after doing the Bradwell Bay area. So you'll take Forest Road 107M, which is what I'm currently walking, to Forest Road 107C up here in a little bit. I'll show you where those connect and where we take the turn. Walking by Forest Road 107L. So that's another bailout point if you had to get out of the swamp. Taking a left onto the main Forest Road 107. And this is another alternate route. 107B, if you need to vacate the swamp, you can come up this road and then jump on 107. And here is another exit point from the swamp. This is 107I. So you can come out of there and reconnect with Forest Road 107. We have now reconnected with the Florida Trail, which comes out of Forest Road 107G, I believe. And then we keep continuing north on the main road, the main Forest Road 107. So as you can see, there are many points to exit the swamp, and you could also take this kind of high water alternate route like I did. So this was a nice easy bypass. Definitely came in handy if you're short on time or you need to push just a few extra miles. The swamp and the water slows you down. Or if you're just sick of the swamp too, this is a good alternative to take. If you do decide to take this alternative Forest Road route, just be mindful, there is no water, really. I mean, there's a few culverts here and there, but aside from that, it's a pretty dry stretch. And this is where we'll veer off of 107 and turn back into the woods for a little bit. I think we're gonna get our feet wet here. No avoiding it. But yeah, I knew at some point this was gonna happen. It's actually not too bad. What a mess. Pick your step wisely. The villas campsite. I don't see any villas. So just drying out my shoes, my feet, my socks. Even though it was a relatively dry day, my feet got wet on that last little section through the mud. Plus they've been wet since this morning, since I had to rinse out my shoes from yesterday. This Apalachicola forest, it's beating me up. I've come to the realization that it's more exhausting than fun. Your feet are constantly wet, your shoes are constantly filled with mud or sand. And just when you think the mud or swamp is done, it's like right around the next corner. The other thing too I forgot to mention are the constant like bees and flies going around my head. And then the other pain in the ass is the ticks. Yeah, I've been pulling off so many damn ticks, and they're tiny. They're like little pinhead ticks. I got a splinter in my foot. It's a battle out here. But I know I got to get to Camel Lake to fill up my water. That's the next reliable source. Made it out to the Villas trailhead. It looks like we're turning on to Forest Road 120. Coming up to State Road 65. Looks like we on here for a bit. Here's our turn, Forest Road 112. So this is where you would turn back into the woods off of Forest Road 112, but I did read in the Faro comments that Schuler Bay Boardwalk is still under construction up here, which would default you to returning back to this Forest Road 112. You'd actually be backtracking a little bit. So continue this way about 1/8 of a mile to reconnect with the alternate route. This is the intersection coming down from Hostage Branch where we reconnect with the reroute. And here's our turn finally off of Forest Road 112. This was a long road walk from State Road 65. Maybe a couple hours. We have finally reconnected with the Florida Trail. If you didn't take the alternate, you would have came down from that way, right over here. Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen an orange blaze. Right here. Coming out to the Forest Road intersection. And I think we can follow one of these forest roads up until the Lake Bonnet, because the trail is a little narrow and not well maintained. So I may just take the Forest Road. We're taking right. Trail continues down there. We're gonna get some water first before the final push. That's what I'm talking about. I can't get out there. It's way too damn muddy to get to the good water. It's brutal. Just a tease. Unbelievable. What luck. I did see a comment about that, but I didn't believe it because it was posted a couple months ago. It's still the damn case. There is a water source about 2.4 miles from here. So I guess we'll have to suck it up until then. But Camel Lake is only 3.5 miles. The trail continues straight across this Forest Road 108, but I'm actually gonna take a right onto the Forest Road. The trail will just run parallel, not missing much over there. And this is kind of more of a direct route to the next water source. And that's where the trail comes out. As you can see, it's just crisscrossing, following along these forest roads anyway. So if you need to save some time or need direct access to water, you should be able to find a forest road that pretty much runs parallel. Here's Big Gully Creek, and I'm hoping there's a way to access this. This side may be the better route, actually. Yeah, this will work. All right, all topped off with water from Gully Creek. Now it looks like the path continues up this way and then to the right. Got a nice little boardwalk to lead us over this swampy section. Oh yeah, this looks recently new. This would have been not fun trying to get across. Whoa, a little bouncy. Wow, it is a mess back here. Look at all this. Look at all this timber. I can see the Camel Lake campground right ahead. This is where we're hoping to stay tonight. Gotta talk to the host, see if they can squeeze in a weary through hiker. It looks like far out's telling me to turn in right here. Yeah, there's the shield. I'm guessing this is it. Gotta go find the host. Oops, maybe not. I think this is an actual site. I may have turned in a little too soon. Look at this view. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, just chatted with Glenn, the camp host here. Really nice guy. So he has through hikers set up kind of down here by the beach on the other side of the bathrooms. I'll show it to you as I'm walking over there. I think I'm going the right direction. Oh, can't beat this. This is the place to stay. An outdoor shower as well as an indoor shower too. He said I could use that. Got flush toilets over here. And they have a water fountain somewhere near the pavilion or on the other side of the pavilion. So there's the pavilion, picnic tables. See some beer cans. There's another picnic table. I think he meant this area. Kind of right here. Front row seat. So we're all set up here at camp. Got a beautiful little view. Got a picnic table. Got water. And I'm about to go take a quick shower. Just do a nice little rinse. Kind of just clean myself up for a little bit. And that's about it. Just gonna eat some dinner. Actually, speaking of dinner, I usually carry a little thing of olive oil, like a little container of olive oil. That exploded inside of my food bag today. So I had olive oil over everything. Not like my clothes and like the contents inside my bag, just inside my food bag. All my food is just like all like the separate bags of food were just covered in olive oil. Because I was wondering why the flies were around me so much today. It's because they could smell that. And that olive oil is very aromatic. I'm going to have to toss all the bags. I'm going to have to toss everything. Got all over my honey jar. Got all over my salt container. I might be able to salvage those. But everything else, I got to get rid of because it smells too much. Fortunately, I was down to like the last bit of food. So I'm going to finish it up tonight. And olive oil I have is just it smells, the odor's too strong. So fortunately, I'm getting into town tomorrow. So I'll be able to resupply everything that I need. But unfortunately, my smell-proof bag, done. I can't even, it just wasn't rinsing out. It was just, I couldn't even get the oil out. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off now. And we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. But for tonight, I'm just going to enjoy the sunset over this lake.